knew I wasn't who I used to be. They told me that with fame you gonna have to face the scrutiny. Don't wanna fall away, but every day it's hard to stay glued to feet. I told them bring the rain, cause the blues are always shooting me. So long it's just a game. It's my life, I'm in the booth with three others of my mates. As I'm rapping till the crew gon' leave, they bored of hearing me talk about the shit been through like shit. Just what I gotta say, get the people hear the truth about me.
Alright, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit pissed off. I basically don't have enough storage on my phone. I already recorded like a minute of this, but then it cut out and then it just messed up the whole thing. So I realized I'm just gonna have to redo everything, but because I love you guys, and especially because of what this man e-dubble means to me, we're just gonna do it again, okay? You know, stuff like that happens. Anyway, okay. I start fresh. Oh my god, and it just cut out again. I feel like I'm going bananas, man. Bloody hell. I'm sorry about this, guys. Really, I am. I'm going to need to either get a new phone. I'm just using my phone because I'm in university right now. And, like, I've got a camera in back at home, like, where I originally live. But obviously it's not here because it's too big to carry. So, whatever. So, I was saying, because of what e-dubble means to me, okay? I discovered e-dubble when I was very young. And unfortunately, he passed. And I seem to have this curse that all my favourite rappers seem to bloody die. Like Mac Miller as well. And he had a quote which says, Mac Miller once said that all the best rappers are usually dead. Which is, make of that what you will. And yeah, so e-dubble, man. e-dubble is an inspiration to me. He's in my top 10 favourite rappers of all time. And if you don't know about him, which you should... well, I suppose today you're going to find out why. So this is his anthem. This is like, you know, his big song, and it's called Be a King. Just think about that. Be a king. Be a king is it's about putting your people before yourself. You know, it's about setting an example. And he's going to explain to us what it truly means to be a king, because often in our history there's been way too many people of power who've had that privilege to sit in that throne, and they've abused that power. But e-dubble is going to let us know what it is. Let's get it.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is e-dubble. Their name is PJ Harvey. Let's go.
Just hearing him, as I said in my previous reaction before it deleted, hearing just him say something as simple as just, hey, everybody, especially with him having passed, like, as a lifelong fan of him, I'm not going to lie, and especially having not heard him in a while, but he's always on my heart and in my mind. It's emotional, you know, hearing his voice like that, you know. It feels like he's still here, you know, but we know he's not, so it's difficult. That black paisley production, I was saying, if you ain't nodding your head to this instantly, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Oh. Okay, so let's unpack that. So his mother told him that when he was a kid, that one day he's going to grow up and he's going to be a king. And his father told him that it's okay to sing when stuff hurts, you know, don't forget about your dreams. So singing when stuff hurts, you know, using this gift he was given, this art form of music to release that pain, you know, to turn it into something positive. And it's because of both of those foundations and the self-belief that his parents had in him that we literally have e-dubble, and that we have this motivational, you know, speaker of the ages. So and he said, don't forget about your dreams, you know, because we have one life, and if you ain't chasing your dreams, well, you're living this life wrong, I promise you. Let's get it. Never give up on your dreams. Are my headphones even on? I don't think my I don't think my headphones are on. Why is everything fucking up in my life right now? I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my god. I can't tell if they're on. Are they on? I can't make this flipping reaction and my headphones don't flipping work because the audio is gonna... I'll be right back. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. My headphones should be working out. I've tried to calm down because, you know, I want to pay respect to this man and, like, talk about how much he means to me. It's like, I don't think, like, if you're not grinding, I don't think you can understand what it means to just be grinding all the time, like, silently and just whatever. Anyway, here we go.
Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange, and I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain.
Okay, so what did he say there? The reason he said, don't forget your dreams. Why? Because your dreams will get you through this life. And he described this life as strange, you know, this so-called living, the experience of being alive, the human experience, the one thing we have in common. And yes, it is often for people to be alive, but to not feel alive, you know, to go through life and feel like they're dead, to not truly be living, you know. Everybody dies, but not everybody lived, though. I don't remember who said that, but it's just a bar that sticks out to me in relation to this. But anyway, your dreams are what can get you through life, is what he's saying. And he's also describing it as strange, which again, to go back to Mac Miller, it reminds me of a Mac Miller bar where he literally described life as, he said life, he literally just asked the question, this might have been on an unreleased song, he asked, what is life? And, you know, just think about it, like, honestly, what on earth is life? Like, you know, life is strange. Like, we're just plopped here into existence. We don't even really know what this really is. I mean, like, for instance, this is a table that I'm hitting, but is it really a table? I mean, it's a table to me. I mean, we know it as a table because of our society. But what on earth am I touching, you know? What on earth am I? Like, I call myself a human, but I don't know what a human is. Anyway, I'm going too deep into this. Let's bring it back.
And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain.
Because he's on his way. He's on his way to his dreams. And he knows he's strong enough that he can shake the pain. To shake the pain means to push through that pain and keep going. Just like I did when my storage was messing up just now and everything was going to crap. Here's e-dubble saying that he's strong enough to shake the pain. And you know what? I feel like I'm also strong enough to shake the pain. And you know what? If e-dubble is, and if I am, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be strong enough to shake the pain either. So let's go.
I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Rainstorm, meet me in the conference room, we need to brainstorm.
Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Rainstorm, meet me in the conference room, we need to brainstorm. Just a wordplay of that. First of all, playing off of the clash between the you know, the imagery with the sunshine and the rain, you know, which is the weather and the personification of them as, hey, it's, the sun is a mister to e-dubble, you know. Well, they're both misters. For some reason, I've read one of them as misters. No, they're both misters. But anyway, you know, he's personifying them, and then he's telling them to come with him into the conference room. So he's saying, take, to me, Mr. Sunshine is like, take all the good and the optimism and the joy, and Mr. Rainstorm is take all your pain and come with him into the conference room, you know, into the business meeting room, because they need to brainstorm, you know. To brainstorm is to discuss ideas. So they're all gathered there, the good and the heaviness, the happiness and the pain. He's gathered them both together, and he's gone into the room to them to brainstorm. Brainstorm because the word storm is playing off of the rain and the sun, the weather imagery, but literally to brainstorm about how he can unify both his hopefulness and his hopelessness to create this music, because he takes his joy and his depression and he puts them together to make the art that he does.
Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Rainstorm, meet me in the conference room, we need to brainstorm. Need some middle ground, need an even keel, but you're at war, pick our sides, give me fever chills.
He needs some middle ground, you know. He's trying to find a point where he can live with both, which I feel is fully relatable.
Need some middle ground, need an even keel, but you're at war, pick our sides, give me fever chills.
But you're at war picking sides, and it's giving him fever chills. So both Mr. Sunshine and Mr. Rainbow, they're at war against each other. His good and his bad is at war. And that war that he's experiencing, that clash when he just wants a harmony between the two, it's giving him fever chills. And fever chills, you know, when you have a fever and you're ill and you feel so sick that you're literally shaking of coldness, and maybe you've even got chicken pox on your skin. Yeah. or I don't know if it's called chicken pox, but you know what I mean when you've got spotty stuff on your skin. Basically, yeah. So that war that's going on between the two is giving him fever chills. Such a beautiful metaphor, such out of this world lyricism. It's insane. We lost an amazing soul, and we literally lost a prophet, I'd say.
Need some middle ground, needn't even kill, but
And relevant as ever. Relevant as ever.
you're at war, pick the sides, give me fever chills.
Because it's about humanity. Sorry to keep interrupting.
Take them both like my flu shot broke. I need to give and take to keep me out of that moat.
He's taking an oath, you know, an oath, like a hand up to God, or like when you're in a court case, for example, and before you give testimony, you have to give an oath on the Bible. You know, you place your hand on the Bible. So he's giving an oath. Hang on.
Chills, take them both like my flu shot broke. I need to give and take to keep me out of that moat. My head above water. Thoughts.
You know, he's saying basically he's keeping it honest, you know, and keeping his head above water, you know, feeling like he's drowning, but trying to stay above it. Hold up, there's a lot to unpack.
My flu shot broke. I need to give and take to keep me out of that moat. My head above.
Yeah, and it's this honesty, which is what is going to get him out of that moat, as in out of the struggle that he's going through. You know, keeping it honest. If you're leading an honest life, you can't go wrong. As my dad always says. Shout out, Dad.
Take them both like my flu shot broke. I need to give and take to keep me out of that moat. My head above water. Thoughts of those lost this week. All the tragedies say on repeat like we.
Thoughts of those lost and all those tragedies stuck on repeat. So he's reminiscing on maybe the people he's lost personally in his own life, or maybe death is he's witnessed on the news. Just the loss of human beings. It's hitting him, and he's reflecting on it, and he describes it as tragedies, which it is. And unfortunately, death is a part of life, you know, and if we accept that, it is then when we are able to begin living our lives to the fullest. And I pray that all of you do.
My head above water. Thoughts of those lost this week. All the tragedies say on repeat like we can't shake shit. I can't speak on it.
He can't shake shit, and he can't speak on it. So these tragedies, he just can't shake them. They just stay with him. Every loss he has, it's a scar, you know. And he can't speak about it either, you know, because he doesn't want to make it about himself. Because, you know, they are the tragedy. He isn't the tragedy. So he's suffering, and he's suffering in silence. And for anyone, I can tell you as someone who's grieved, and for anyone out there who's grieved, you will know that this is very true.
All the tragedies say on repeat like we can't shake shit. I can't speak on it. Fist to the sky, but I can't beat on it. Drink.
Fist to the sky, right? But he can't beat on it. He can't beat the sky. Why? Because the sky is air, so it's impossible to beat on. But also, like, you know, beating your chest, what he can do with his chest, he can't do to the sky. But he's raising his fist to the sky. And by raising his fist to the sky, he's possibly even raising his fist, like, up to heaven, where those people he's lost, or those losses he knows about, where we believe that those souls have gone. So he's raising his fist, you know, trying to reach out to them, but he can't break through, you know, and make contact, is what I'm getting from that.
Can't shake shit, I can't speak on it. Fist to the sky, but I can't beat on it. Drink in my cup, so I'm gonna sip on it.
There's drink in his cup, so he can't sip on it. You can take it literally, as in, you know, the drink in his cup, you know, like, maybe alcoholic or not even alcoholic. So if there's drink in his cup, damn sure he's going to sip on it. But also metaphorically, think about, you know, filling up your cup. And once his cup is full, because he's worked for all of it, he's saying he's going to enjoy what he's worked for. So damn right, he's going to be sipping on that cup.
To the sky, but I can't beat on it. Drink in my cup, so I'm gonna sip on him. Cam Newton's probably pissed, he can't stiff on him. All these levels of these relative problems and benevolence.
All these rebels are relative problems. Hang on, he's really preaching right now. This is very relevant to our generation.
Probably pissed, he can't stiff on him. All these levels of these relative problems and benevolence is elegant for those who can solve them.
And benevolence is elegant for those who can solve them. So benevolence, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't benevolence, isn't that synonymous with ignorance? So he's saying ignorance is elegant, you know, it's beautiful. It's you know, it's appreciated as long as you can solve those problems. but solve them in silence. So you may appear ignorance, but as long as you're taking care of the issues, you know, behind the scenes, then ignorance is all good. Where ignorance is a problem is when you're not doing anything about the problems.
All these levels of these relative problems and benevolence is elegance for those who can solve them. I'm feeling pretty low, like I'm stuck at the bottom, but
he's feeling pretty low, like he's stuck at the bottom. I mean, just feel him, man, you know? Very human stuff.
and benevolence is elegance for those who can solve them. I'm feeling pretty low, like I'm stuck at the bottom, but I know I'll rebound like the Bulls with Rodman.
Woo! But he knows he'll rebound like the Bulls. For instance, you know, in Spain, there's this really famous sport where, not only in Spain, around the world, I believe, particularly in Latin communities, but where there's the matador, I think his name is, and he's waving the flag, and the bull has to charge. So he's using that imagery to describe how he's going to rebound, how he's going to bounce back. He was talking about feeling low, feeling at the bottom, but when he comes back, he's going to come back with the same type of energy that a bull has when they're charging for that flag. Beautiful.
Feeling pretty low, like I'm stuck at the bottom, but I know I'll rebound like the Bulls with Rodman. I am just exactly what I will be. Just a guy who...
He is exactly what he will be. He's saying he's always been e-double, you know. And before he was e-double, he was still e-double.
Like the Bulls with Rodman, I am just exactly what I will be. Just a guy who can rhyme and chop ill beats one day.
Just a guy who can rhyme and chop ill beats. Isn't that not the definition of what being a rapper and a hip-hop artist and a producer is? Just a guy who can rhyme, a guy who can spit and chop beats, you know, and make music. You know, he just described himself in one bar.
Just exactly what I will be. Just a guy who can rhyme and chop ill beats. One day I'll recover from what ails me. Till then I'm on that fuck what the sales be.
Yeah. So one day he's gonna recover from what ails him, you know. What pains him. He will recover from it one day. And he's saying until that day, screw what the sales are. That day, when that day arrives, yeah, he's gonna have every sale he wants. But you know, right now while he's struggling, while he's still on the come up, you know, until that day comes, screw the sales, I'm going to trust my vision. And if the money comes, cool. And if it doesn't, I'm going to keep working twice as hard until those sales are there. But I don't care about the sales. I'm doing it because I need to do this.
One day I'll recover from what ails me. Till then I'm on that fuck what the sales be. Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me.
I mean, what an iconic, motivational chorus. My God, I've got chills.
It's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call.
Exactly. Don't ever be afraid to speak out about your issues. Because trust me, you can even text me if you want or DM me on Instagram. There are people who understand you, you know. Nobody makes it through this life unscathed. We all go through something and we can help each other out, you know. I feel like once we make it and once we endure, we just sort of end up just... In a way, I love everyone, you know? And I hope it's the same for everyone who does make it out of that hole that they're in, you know? To be happy is to have a love of life, you know? And you're a human being. You're part of life, so why wouldn't I love you?
Living what I call it strange, and I bet I'll do it. Cause I'm on my way, and sure enough that I can shake the pain. They talk about death, we trying to live life while...
Yes, man, we need to hear more about this constantly. If you watch the news, what do they talk about, man? Death all the time. Who died? What tragedy happened? All this. And yes, I understand that we need to commemorate everything. But at the same time, he's saying something very human and very real. Us, we're just trying to live life. Stop shoving death down our throats. No shit, we're all gonna fucking die. But what good does it do it? You know, we already know death is permanent, you know. We will mourn and we will grieve for those we've lost, but just don't shove it down our throats the whole time because we're trying to live our bloody lives, man, you know? My God.
They talk about death, we trying to live life while they signal says left, but they really going right.
Well, this signal says left, but we're really going right. So why does this signal say left? Left to me symbolizes that something is off, something is wrong. So them constantly talking about death all the time, you know, that's a signal that's going left. But, you know, those of us who are trying to live life, well, we're going right. And why are we going right? Because it's the opposite of left, but also we're going right. Because trying to live life, that's the right thing to do, not obsess on death.
Talk about death, we trying to live life while they signal says left, but they really going right. But who cares, they got nothing to improve upon me while we pass them fast lane Rubicon.
Right, but who cares? Because they've got nothing to improve upon. So while we're living, we're elevating, we're learning, we're evolving, we're improving ourselves. But they are degrading. So why care? So he's saying we are literally past them. You know, they're staying there. They're staying stuck in the same spot while we're growing. And how are we growing? When you start growing, you will notice, like, when you're truly growing, you're growing fast because life is short, and you're literally growing every millisecond. Like, you've grown throughout this video because you're learning things. Hopefully, if I'm doing my job right. So, you know, we're moving past them in the fast lane, and then Rubicon.
They got nothing to improve upon me while we pass them fast lane Rubicon. So let the shit storm ring and they try to dap us up, but we just leave them hanging. Yeah.
Right, so let, again, playing off of I believe the storm imagery in the first verse, but he's saying, let the shit storm reign in. So, you know, let the haters hate, you know, let them diss on us because we're growing and improving, you know, we're the bigger people, you know. Let them chat all they want because, you know, we know what our mission is. And then when they see that we're successful, then they try to dap us up, just like he said. But what do? We leave them hanging. You know, they were talking trash about this all this time, and then they would be like, oh my God, congratulations, I believed in you your whole time. You know what? We ain't even going to respond, fam. That's how it is.
So let the shit storm ring and they try to dap us up, but we just leave them hanging.
If you were there for me during my hard times, I don't see why you should be there for me during my good ones too.
So let the shit storm ring and they try to dap us up, but we just leave them hanging. Yeah, so let them catch up with the language. They can talk shit, but you know that we can manage.
Exactly. So again, he basically said the same thing, but in a different way. Let them catch up with the language. You know, catch up with the language. Why? Because they're not listening properly. You know, because, you know, they clearly they're going through something to be hating on other people in such a way. So, you know, give them time, let them catch up with the language, let them have epiphanies and realizations, and hopefully grow themselves as individuals and, you know, learn what it means to be a decent human being. And then, you know, they can talk all their crap, but, you know, we can manage because we've endured so much worse. So what's a hater gonna do compared to all the suffering we've been through?
Yeah, so let them catch up with the language. They can talk shit, but you know that we can manage. They say they tired of the metaphors. They are only pissed that they never really ready for them. So go ahead.
They're saying they're tired of the metaphors. They don't understand the art, you know. They think a metaphor is some... And it can be, but most of the time they're understanding these metaphors as these fantastical, you know, alien, weird, like abstract things that don't make sense. But really, those of us know that there's reality in metaphors, and metaphors are just a more artistic way to describe very real issues. And, you know, they're just pissed because they can't understand them because they're never really ready for them.
They tired of the metaphors. They are only pissed that they never really ready for them. So go ahead and get ready for them. Pop another bottle because you're gonna need a steady, y'all. It's like...
Yeah. So you know, he's playing off of the previous bar where he said that they're not ready for him. And what is his advice to those people? Well, you ain't ready. Well, go ahead and get ready, fam. You know, get like us. You know, because we want you to be happy, you know. Although you've been, you know, trash to us, you know, we don't care because we're not petty like you. So we just pray that you find your happiness. Anyway, so, and then he went on into popping another bottle because you're going to need a steady arm.
Go ahead and get ready for him. Pop another bottle because you're going to need a steady arm.
To me, I interpret that as. He's saying you're going to need to stay consistent. You know, you're going to have to keep going and push no matter what goes on. But also, it's also playful because playing into the party lifestyle and popping a bottle. But the popping the bottle is a bottle of success. You know, it's a celebration of what we've overcome.
So go ahead and get ready for him. Pop another bottle because you're going to need a steady arm.
And there you go. He just threw one of those metaphors that he was actually rapping about previously, popping another bottle. There you go. That's a perfect example of what he means by metaphors that they're not ready for. Popping a bottle.
They say they tired of the metaphors. They are only pissed that they never really ready for them. So go ahead and get ready for them. Pop another bottle, cause you're gonna need a steady arm. It's like we living in the Tron game. Lines are all blurred cause we're sipping on the Bombay.
It's like we're living in the Tron game. Lines are all blurred because we're sipping on the Bombay. So he's playing off of what he said with pop another bottle, and he's tripping you up. He said his lines, you know, his bars, they're all blurred to these haters because they be sipping on the Bombay. But he said we, you know, because he's talking collectively as humanity. You know, we're too busy drinking alcohol that the only way we can interpret what he meant by popping another bottle is, you know, oh, that must mean an alcoholic beverage, when they completely missed the point of what he was saying. So that's why the lines seem blurred as if we're sipping on the Bombay. And then again, it's like we're living in a Tron game. You know, great, very elegant rhyming, but, you know, Tron game, you know, like the movie Tron Legacy. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like the Tron game. It's like this simulation, this game that the main character has been sucked into, and it's this very futuristic looking game with bikes. And so he's saying it's like we're living in the Tron game. I suppose what he's trying to say with that is, due to how futuristic Tron is, he's saying we've moved so past ahead of them, we've evolved so much, it's literally like we're living in the future. We're living in the Tron game. We've been sucked into the future through some kind of vortex. Crazy imagery.
It's like we living in the Tron game. Lines are all blurred cause we're sipping on the Bombay. John Stock versus LeBron James. No competition when you factor in the time change. Babe, who sucks?
There you go. He's playing off of John Stock versus LeBron James. You know, I believe basketball. And he's saying there is no competition when you factor in the time change. So that, you know, a basketball reference, but it's also just a crazy bar.
John Stock versus LeBron James. No competition when you factor in the time change. Babe, who sucks? Fuck what the books say. I can strike him out with 3 pitches in an arm sling. Yeah, and we can...
I love bars like that. Like his personality oozes. Like he's just like, you know what? Babe Ruth sucks. Screw what the books say. You know, believe for yourself. Make up your own opinions. And he could strike Babe Ruth out with 3 pitches in an arm sling. He's just, you know, playing back off of the steady arm he mentioned earlier. You know, he's literally demonstrating how steady his arm is, that he can literally strike someone out with 3 pitches in an arm sling. So in an arm sling, think about that. Literally with his arm in an arm sling, he can still strike someone out with 3 pitches. You know, that's the level of consistency e-dubble has. You know, what a subtle but like almost like elegant, well, definitely elegant flex.
Fuck what the books say. I can strike him out with 3 pitches in an arm sling. Yeah, and we can do anything. Mama said it's true, and I put that on everything.
That must be my favorite bar. And we can do anything. And that is so true, man. You can literally do anything you set your mind to. And I mean that. I mean that. Whatever you want to do, you can make a living off of it. Trust me. Okay? But don't not do it, you know? You got to do it to do it. You get what I mean? And he puts that on everything. Why? Because his mother said is true. That's what his mother told him. And that is also what my mother told me, is that we can do anything. And maybe I've also carried the same mentality as e-dubble here, because I've been fortunate enough to have parents to tell me things like that. Well, more so my mum. But, you know, if your parents... If you haven't had the privilege of having parents believe in you in that way, well, and if you're watching this, I'm telling you now, trust me, you can do anything, okay? I believe in you. Go get it. God, I just want everyone to win.
Told me one day I'ma blow up big and I'ma be a king, and my papa told me it's okay to say when shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange, and I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. We don't ask for the doors to close in this life, so we hoping they keep them open. And if they
I forgot how emotional this like I need water, man. Jesus. I was just saying, I forgot how emotional this bridge is to me. I barely have any water left. Let me just... And just the way it sounds, it's just beautiful, man. It's almost like he took a break from the rap-like delivery to go into a singing, like, flow. And he's basically saying that we don't ask, you know, for doors to close in this life, you know. We don't say no to opportunities, you know. we keep an opening mind. He literally said, we're hoping that they keep those doors open so we can barge through, man, you know? And trust me, open your eyes, because there's opportunities around you all the time. When you're depressed, maybe you have a lack of belief that makes you blind to those opportunities. But if you just maybe find a way to just take all that out of your head for a minute, and you just look around you, you realize that you are blessed. It's like J. Cole said, no life better than yours. What a beautiful song that is too. J. Cole coming on the channel soon, I promise. I'm going to fall off his out, we'll react to the whole thing.
We don't ask for the doors to close in this life, so we hoping they keep them open. And if they shut those doors, we'll smash the skyline till it's broken. And smell the roses. Need to take the...
Just think of that. That's such beautiful imagery. Bouncing back off of the pleading to keep the doors open. If by any chance they do shut those doors, what's e-dubble gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna smash the friggin' skylight, you know? We're going to exceed any limit imaginable. See that skylight? We're going to smash through that. Break through the barriers. Just like my song, Barriers, on the Butterfly Effect. So yeah, we'll smash the skylight until that skylight is broken. And what will we do once the skylight is broken and once we're fearless and we're brave enough and courageous enough to just chase everything without any remorse or regret? That is when we'll smell the roses. That is when we'll take in the time to love life and enjoy it and smell those flowers. And I'll tell you what, man, that couldn't be more true. As someone who I feel like I've literally lived through those 4 bars right there that he just talked about, as someone who's actually went and smashed the skylight personally and emotionally, and I promise you, once that skylight is broken, you will be smelling the roses. And my God, do those roses smell good. Those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who aren't there yet, I pray you get there soon. Keep going.
Those doors will smash the skylight till it's broken. And smell the roses. Need to take that time to find our own road, so we focused on what's golden. And golden.
We got to take that time, you know. It doesn't come quickly, you know. It's a journey. So we have to take that time to find our own road, to find our lane, to find our calling, to find our passion. And that's why we're so focused, narrow objective on what's golden. And what's golden, it's nothing material. Our own road is what's golden. So he's literally, in other words, he's saying we're paving our road in gold with what we love to do. My God, man. What a lyricist. This is what I mean by he's a prophet, man. Like, do you get me?
That time to find our own road, so we focused on what's golden. And our gold don't shine, it's not from no mind, so we're not just living for a token.
And there he go. He just went and said what I explained. And he's saying that gold, it doesn't shine and it's from no mine. He's saying he's not talking about gold, it's in the mineral, right? We're not living for a token, we're not living for money. What are we living for? We're living for our dreams. And that's what it means to be a king. The crown, you know, the king crown, it's not made out of gold, okay? By this logic, that crown is made out of dreams.
Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit when shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. Mama told me one day.
There you go, he's running it back because A, he knows how catchy it is, but B, that is a very powerful chorus. One of the most powerful choruses of all time, in my opinion.
Grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Happy March Madness. Hope your bracket's doing well. Happy birthday to my pops. It was yesterday, but still counts.
Happy late birthday to his pops, man.
It's doing well. Happy birthday to my pops. It was yesterday, but still counts. Black Paisley Records. My name is e-dubble. I hope everyone's doing well. If you haven't copped the mixtape, WrittenThursday.com, Facebook.com/e-dub-hip-hop, Twitter.com/e-dub-hip-hop. And it's 3:32 p.m. on Thursday, March 17th.
I just want to say, what a master promoter. He's just excellent at promoting stuff. You know, if he, all he's got to do is shout out a link, And don't be telling me you don't want to click on that link when he shouts it out like that, man.
And it's 3:32 p.m. on Thursday, March 17th, and I haven't even had a drink yet today. This is stupid. Let's see here. West Virginia University advances in NCAA bracket past Clemson, 84-76. Okay, congratulations. 41 minutes ago. Let's see. Is there anything a little more recent? Is there anything? This is the proof of life. This is when I hold up the newspaper. You know, I was supposed to be doing paperwork all day today. Barker's going to be pissed. But instead I made a song. Oh, and shout out to PJ Harvey for the sample. I hear she recorded that album in like a church or something. So anyway, so I'll see you guys later.
Rest in peace, man. I hope to see you later. Yeah, that's crazy actually that PJ Harvey recorded that sample in the church. That's really cool to know. So yeah, guys, that right there, my people, my beautiful people, that was e-dubble. And there's going to be a lot more e-dubble on this channel because we're going to commemorate him. I just wanted to start out with a classic. Actually, a funny thing about this song is before I truly understood what it meant. Because I don't know if you guys knew, but before this whole YouTube thing got going, I must have had at least 10 channels in the past. Please don't try to find them. Oh, God. I really shouldn't be telling you this. But, yeah. I basically tried this YouTube thing for a long time. Not only in a musical sense, in a lot of different formats. And now it finally feels a bit like it's working and I found my thing. But before, I think it was either my second or third channel. This song was the theme song I would have in front of every video. I think my OGs know. If, Jackson, if you're ever watching this, you know. Because you would watch the... You know what I mean. Yeah, man. Wow, what a trip down memory lane, man. Incredible. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Take care. I apologise for being a bit grumpy at the beginning of the video. I know you'll understand. Alright. Peace. Take care.